On the main island of the Kinmen archipelago, beaches and buildings still carry the scars of war.
我本身已经做了大概50年了。这里有一块。我们现在用的这些材料，大部分就是以前那个留下来的一些废炮弹。
Blacksmith and Kinmen native Wu Zhendong has been turning artifacts from Kinmen's violent past into household tools and knives.
有时候你走到外面，在田里面都会捡到嘛。有时候在挖工地的时候，也会挖到。一个炮弹呢，如果说一般我们的家用的菜刀，大概可以做60把刀。
The shells are remnants of the Chinese Civil War, as are the tensions from that conflict, which have been lingering on the islands long after it ended nearly 75 years ago.
1949年这场战役，当然，国军来到了金门，也成为这里为反攻大陆的基地。
In 1949, Mao Zedong established the communist-ruled People's Republic of China. The Kuomintang, or KMT government, retreated to Taiwan as the Republic of China. On August 23, 1958, communist troops launched a surprise artillery attack on Kinmen. KMT forces on the island returned fire. The artillery battle ended up lasting 44 days. University lecturer and retired Army officer Honor Ni was only 3 years old, but remembers those days vividly.
炮战来得很突然嘛，所以大家都在山丘挖土洞，挖那个土洞躲进去，因为在土洞里面空气不流通嘛，然后很多那个排泄物也在里面，所以空气很污浊。那有一天我就受不了，我就往外跑。 那所有里面的父母亲亲人大家都跑出来追我，但是他们在追我的时候呢，炮弹正好打在那个防空洞里面，所以等于是我救了他们。
Eventually, the communist government and the KMT agreed to shell each other on alternate days. This continued into the 1970s.
我们从小长大，每一个人都会听炮声，知道炮弹落的距离大概离我们多远。炮，这通是很远的，然后砰，那应该就在附近了，我们赶快就要躲起来了。
那这很多炮弹，因为它不会爆炸嘛，它是送传单的嘛。我们捡到的时候都会瞄两下，就是大概就是讲说，那个大陆他们的那个风景很漂亮，生活很好，跟我们这一边送过去的也差不多，都一样的。
The shelling ended when the U.S. switched diplomatic recognition from the government of Taiwan to that of Communist China. But another weapon from the propaganda war lives on as a modern-day tourist attraction. Built in 1967, the Beishan Broadcasting Wall blared anti-communist propaganda into China until the late 1970s. The music and messages from these 48 loudspeakers about freedom and democracy could be heard as far as 25 kilometers away.
当年所有的在岛上几乎都是军人，那从小就耳濡目染。 那大家都慢慢觉得说，很崇拜军人。我是坚持要考军校，而且我还号召我们同学到每个班去宣导，说要崇军报国。那崇军报国就是要完成祖国统一。所以这所谓的统一，我也常跟着，所谓的统一不是中国大陆统一我们，是我们来统一他们。
祖国统一是历史必然。
But Chinese leader Xi Jinping defines unification differently. In his 2024 New Year speech, he said Taiwan and China will surely be reunified. Tensions in these waters started to flare up again in mid-February when 2 Chinese fishermen were killed when their boat capsized. The men had been running from Taiwan's Coast Guard, which said the boat had trespassed in waters near Kinmen. Taiwan and China have both increased patrols in the area, while some Taiwan residents have been fearing even preparing for China to attack, those in Kinmen share a different view.
我们在金门长大了，我们已经习惯了。我们如果要怕的话，我们在83炮战那段时间，我们早就都跑到台湾去了。
金门的同胞根本就没有在担心这个问题啊，因为他们就是我们的根就是在那边，就是从那边过来的，不会有人伤害自己的手足兄弟啊。但是其实他们
University student Wu Jingxuan says many Kinmen residents feel affection toward China. They identify themselves as Chinese or Kinmenese. Many of them support the KMT party, which favors closer ties with China. Kinmen even imports water from China through a pipeline.
因为本来我们就是中国人嘛，因为在以前那个年代，这个金门、厦门，我们金门以前就是属于福建省了，所以说在两岸还没有断绝来往之前，几乎两岸就是一个生活圈嘛。
Unlike many of the residents on the island, Kinmen native Ouyang Zhengyi voted for Lai Qingde of Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, in January. Lai won the presidency with just over 40% of the vote.
比较稳重，那个也比较踏实啦。
Beijing does not favor DPP supporters who want to distance Taiwan from China. But Ouyang and many KMT supporters in Kinmen are not worried about Chinese pushback.
如果你想打下来，以前都打下来了，金门人不会怕这个了。
大陆会不会打金门？不会，他已经打台湾，所以金门最安全的。
Ni says the key to peace is dialogue.
两岸要谈，要基于普世价值、自由、民主、人权、法治，大家来谈，不是现在才谈统一是，大家来谈，因为你要有开始，就像做生意一样，我们来谈，要谈50年、100年来谈嘛，因为这样来谈的话就不会打仗。以中国5000年的历史，朝代变来变去太多了，不重要，重要是说我们要回到我们的根。
Ni teaches young students about their roots through free weekend classes about history and current events.
我们在岛上呢，希望透过血缘再连结，使两岸有更多的发展，更多的机会。
我觉得说，你有交流、有往来，我觉得说这个对于两岸的和平是最有利的。
As tensions simmer between Beijing and Taipei, the islanders hope Kinmen can play a unique role, not as a battlefield, but as a bridge of peace. Elizabeth Lee, VOA News, Kinmen, Taiwan.